Hi, I'm Phil from local Vietnam, and I'm going to tell you what to expect from this 2-week Vietnam trip, traveling from South to North Vietnam.
Before I tell you all about this trip, I'll first briefly explain who we are. Local Vietnam is a half Western and half Vietnamese travel agency. We really are local. Our whole team is based in Vietnam, and we are also fully specialized in Vietnam. Therefore, what we can offer you is that we can fully customize this tour to your wishes. Whether you have specific hotel needs, want to extend or shorten your trip, a different destination or tour, anything is possible. And we don't charge extra for changes. Another advantage of our local presence is that you have direct contact with us during your trip. In Hanoi, you will meet someone from local Vietnam, and we give a free SIM card with this tour so you can keep in touch via WhatsApp anytime, anywhere. We are in the same time zone, and because we arrange everything ourselves without intermediaries, we can solve any problems ourselves and answer and adjust any questions or changes during your trip immediately. Now, let's dive a little deeper into this round trip. In this 2-week round trip, you will see the highlights of South, Central and North Vietnam in a bird's eye view. This trip is very varied, with culture and nature, different activities such as hiking, cycling and boat trips, and both cities and countryside. This tour will take you all over Vietnam. All 3 regions of Vietnam differ with each other for best travel time, but the period from January to April, you can expect good weather everywhere. From May to September, there is more rain in the south and north, but nature is at its best then, especially in the north of the country, with beautiful waterfalls, rice paddies in bloom and green jungles and forests. In central Vietnam, there is not as much rain yet, so ideal beach weather. This tour will take you to Sapa, a beautiful area and highlight of many of our travelers. But would you like to visit a more remote area where there are fewer tourists? Then Pulong could be a good alternative. This region is smaller and offers fewer activities, but the incredibly peaceful atmosphere and beautiful scenery may be a good reason to consider it. In Pulong, there are also 2 rice harvesting seasons, one in spring and one in summer, while in Sapa there is only one in summer. This tour lets you see a lot in the time you have in Vietnam. It offers you a wealth of impressions and you make the most of your days. But if possible, I recommend adding an extra day or 2 days, or even more, to this trip. For example, you can take an extra day of rest at the beach, explore a town, or enjoy stunning mountain views. We can advise you exactly where best to plan your extra days. This tour includes trekking, for which you really don't have to be extremely fit. But if you have mobility problems or doubt whether you can handle this, please let us know. We can arrange an alternative or a completely private tour adapted to your capabilities. Would you prefer to start this round trip in Hanoi instead of Ho Chi Minh City? That's no problem. We can reverse or completely customize the round trip.
I'm going to show you the entire trip now. And again, remember that we can still modify everything about this trip.
Arrive in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam's largest city, and a city of many contrasts. Modern skyscrapers next to French colonial buildings and ancient temples. A chaotic city that offers access to the peaceful countryside of the Mekong Delta. The most vibrant nightlife can be found here, with Hoi An Street, clubs and rooftop bars, but also the city with the most impressive museums about the Vietnam War, including the Cu Chi Tunnels and the War Remnants Museum. The city is too chaotic for some, which is why we won't let you linger too long during this tour, but it is a unique experience. When the sun starts to set, Ho Chi Minh City's modern skyline turns into a light spectacle best seen from the river. You therefore take a cozy dinner cruise on the Saigon River. While eating, you can enjoy the beautiful views. With a half-day trip from Ho Chi Minh City to the Cu Chi Tunnels, you will learn more about the Vietnam War. By a luxury limousine bus, there is also an option to go by speedboat. You will head to the Cu Chi Tunnels. There are several things to experience and see here. For example, there are replicas of the traps they used, abandoned vehicles and ammunition by the US Army, and of course the tunnels themselves that you can crawl through to get an idea of what life was like during the war. Finally, you also have the option to shoot on the shooting range with a choice of different weapons. In half a day, you'll head out with a local guide to explore some of the city's must-see spots. Your first stop is the Reunification Palace. This beautifully preserved palace was used by the South Vietnamese president, and this is also where the Vietnam War ended after a tank rammed through the fence. Learn more about the Vietnam War at the War Remembrance Museum, Vietnam's most impressive museum. Even though you may not like museums, this one is very impressive. With military vehicles, items used during the war, and photos that might be very confronting. Then you will visit French colonial buildings such as the old post office and the city's cathedral. You will also visit an old pagoda, which is still in full use by the locals and under which Obama, the chief president of America, has visited. The Mekong Delta is a unique ecosystem with rivers and small canals, fruit orchards and rice fields, craft villages and small factories. From Ho Chi Minh City, many day tours go to the Mekong Delta. But in this Vietnam trip, we will take you to a region where fewer travelers visit, namely Binh Tre. In Binh Tre, you will take a boat tour of the rivers and canals where you can see local life. There are stops at a brick oven factory, a coconut workshop, and a local mat weaving factory. Take leisurely walks, eat fresh fruit from the orchards, and enjoy local life of the Mekong Delta. Welcome to Hoi An. Hoi An is a small historic town in central Vietnam. Because of its beautiful historic downtown, it is also called the most beautiful city in Vietnam and is on the UNESCO World Heritage List. The town is full of picturesque historical houses, temples, tailors, and cafes. And in the evening, in the town beautifully lit with lanterns, and you can go shopping at the night market. Just outside the city, you will find traditional rural life with rice paddies, fishing villages, water buffaloes, and you name it. A great area to explore by bicycle. In addition, Hoi An also has relaxing beaches to unwind on this Vietnam trip. Therefore, this is a place where we would like to let you enjoy a little longer and also give you more time to make your own planning. Because whether you want to explore a lovely town, go on bicycle through the countryside, or have a relaxing day at the beach, there is something for everyone. With a guided bicycle tour through the countryside of Hoi An, you can experience the more authentic Vietnamese life. There are plenty of photo opportunities with rice fields, water buffaloes, craft villages, and the river. Depending on your wishes, we can customize the bike tour with additional activities, including a trip in a basket boat through the coconut mangrove, or actively participate in working on the land to get vegetables, or participate in a Vietnamese cooking class. Depending on what you choose, it often takes half a day, so you can spend the other half of the day exploring the old town on your own or relaxing on Hoi An's beach. In Hanoi, you can explore the chaotic charm of the old quarter, with scooters and street stalls everywhere in the narrow old streets. It can be overwhelming, but something you must have experienced at least once. In the evening, you go on a unique street food tour with a local guide. It is one of the most fun ways to explore Hanoi and learn about the culture while also safely tasting the best local dishes. For many people, the iconic Ha Long Bay is high on their Vietnam bucket list, but in this trip, we take you to Lan Ha Bay. This bay is next to Ha Long Bay, is just as beautiful, probably even more beautiful, but most importantly, it is much less touristy. By the way, another advantage is that it is next to Cat Ba, but I'll get to that in a moment. In Lan Ha Bay, you take a beautiful cruise through the bay with many mountains and giant rocks. The water here is very calm, so you don't have to worry about getting seasick. You can swim here, and you will take a kayak trip to explore hidden lagoons. In the evening, sip a delicious cocktail on the deck as you watch the sun go down. Since many of our travelers find it a bit too much to spend 3 days and 2 nights on a cruise, we have created a unique tour for this round trip by combining Lan Ha Bay with Cat Ba, the largest island in area of Halong. In fact, on Cat Ba, you can enjoy biking over flat terrain and short treks through the national park where you can spot wild monkeys and enjoy viewpoints. This gives you a bit more to do and see than just a cruise. But should you not want to do this or have difficulty walking, we can easily adjust this to cruise only. Welcome to Ninh Binh. Despite being a very popular tourist destination in Vietnam, Ninh Binh has retained its tranquility and charm. It has beautiful landscapes of karst mountains and rocks that cut across the countryside, the reason why it is also called Halong Bay on land. In this trip, we have planned a tour that takes you to, in our opinion, the absolute highlights of the province. For example, you take a rowboat tour through the beautiful UNESCO landscape of Trang An. You sail past gigantic steep mountains and even go straight through them via caves. Along the way, you can also visit hidden temples. Another stop in this Ninh Binh tour is Mua Cave. Climb the stairs up for the most beautiful viewpoint in Ninh Binh. Enjoy the stunning view of the area. You will also make a visit to Hoa Lu. Here you will find remains of what used to be the capital of Vietnam more than 1,000 years ago. In addition, this is located in beautiful surroundings by mountains and forests. During this tour, you will also take a bicycle tour through the quiet countryside of Ninh Binh, where you can spot goats and buffaloes and take pictures of the vast rice fields. In Sapa, the highlight is the world-famous terraced rice fields, and the best way to explore them is with a trekking tour. A local guide will take you past beautiful viewpoints. You will also walk through villages of ethnic minorities where people in their beautiful clothes live in a very traditional way, as if time has stood still here for more than 100 years. Depending on your fitness level and wishes, there are several options, such as a private walk or with a small group, a short trek or long trek. There are even multi-day trekking where you stay overnight in a local homestay of ethnic minorities. These are very basic homes, so don't expect luxury, but it gives you a unique insight into the life of the people here. This trip finally ends in Hanoi. Here you get a private transfer to the airport for your international flight back.
Do you have any question or would you like to customize something on this trip? Please feel free to contact us. Hope to see you in beautiful Vietnam.